If you're here, you're probably tired of being tired. Maybe you've tried the perfect evening routines, bought the expensive pillows, downloaded the meditation apps, and you're still lying awake wondering why nothing seems to work for you. Here's what I want you to know. You're not broken. Your sleep struggles are valid, and you deserve rest that doesn't require becoming a completely different person. Today, I'm sharing 3 evidence-based strategies that actually work in real life, not because they're revolutionary, but because they're doable. And sometimes that's exactly what we need. Let's start with something that might sound counterintuitive: setting an alarm to go to sleep. Your body doesn't flip a switch from wide awake to ready for sleep. It needs time to transition, just like you need time to wake up in the morning. But here's the thing. Most of us treat bedtime like a hard deadline instead of a process. The wind down alarm is simple. Set an alarm for 1 hour before you want to be asleep. Not in bed scrolling your phone, but actually asleep. When that alarm goes off, it's your signal to start winding down. This might mean dimming the lights, putting away work, or starting whatever helps your body recognize that sleep time is approaching. I know what you're thinking. I barely have time for everything I need to do now. But here's the reality. That extra hour of rushing around at night isn't making you more productive. It's stealing your sleep, which makes everything harder the next day. You deserve to move through your evening at a pace that supports rest, not fights it. Start with just 30 minutes if an hour feels impossible. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Now, let's talk about caffeine. I'm not going to tell you to give up your morning coffee. That's not realistic for most people, and it doesn't need to be. But caffeine has a half-life of about 6 hours. That means if you have a cup at 2 p.m., half that caffeine is still in your system at 8 p.m. Your body might feel tired, but that caffeine is still working in the background, making it harder to fall into deep restorative sleep. Here's what I suggest. Find your personal caffeine curfew. For most people, this is somewhere between noon and 2 p.m., depending on when you typically go to bed. If you usually go to sleep at 10 p.m., try stopping caffeine by 2 p.m. If that feels too restrictive, start with 4 p.m. and gradually move it earlier. And yes, this includes that afternoon diet soda, green tea, and even chocolate. I know it's not just about coffee. You might feel more tired in the afternoons initially. That's normal. Your body's been relying on caffeine to push through natural energy dips. Give it a week or 2 to adjust. If you need something warm to drink in the afternoon, try herbal tea, decaf coffee, or just some warm water with lemon. The ritual of drinking something warm can be comforting even without the caffeine. Finally, let's address blue light. You've probably heard that screens before bed are bad for sleep, and there's real science behind this. Blue light, especially from phones, tablets, and TVs, can delay your body's production of melatonin by 1 to 2 hours. Melatonin is your natural sleep hormone, so delaying its production means delaying your body's readiness for sleep. Now, I could tell you to avoid all screens for 2 hours before bed, but I know that's not realistic for most people. Life happens. Work emails come in, you want to unwind with a show. Here's a more practical approach. If you're going to use screens before bed, use blue light filters. Most phones have night mode settings. Turn them on automatically starting 2 hours before your intended bedtime. Better yet, if you're watching TV or scrolling on your phone, try to do it from across the room rather than holding the device close to your face. distance matters. And here's something most people don't realize. The brightness of your screen matters as much as the color. Dim your screens as much as possible in the evening. Here's what I want you to remember. You don't have to implement all 3 of these strategies perfectly starting tonight. Pick one that feels most doable for your current situation and start there. Maybe it's setting that wind down alarm, even if you only use 15 minutes of it to start. Maybe it's moving your last cup of coffee 30 minutes earlier. Maybe it's just turning on night mode on your phone. Small changes, consistently applied, create bigger transformations than perfect routines you can't maintain. You deserve rest that restores you. You deserve sleep that doesn't feel like another thing you're failing at. And you definitely don't have to figure this out alone. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more practical health guidance that meets you where you are, not where you think you should be. And if you're ready for more personalized support with sleep or other health concerns, I'd love to work with you. You can find information about scheduling meet and greets in the description below. Your sleep matters, you matter, and better rest is possible, even if it doesn't look exactly like what you see on Instagram. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you in the next video.